Good morning class 12th. This is your subject business studies, chapter number 7 directing, lecture number 9. In this lecture we shall study about formal and informal communication. Fine. So let's start our topic. First of all, formal communication. This communication flows through official channels designed in the organization chart, so it may take place between a superior and a subordinate and superior, or among same employees or manager. So it refers to the communication which flows from official lines designed in the organization chart, or we can say through scalar chain. The communications may be oral or written, but generally recorded and filed in the office. So formal communication may be further classified as vertical and horizontal. Vertical communication. Vertical communication flows vertically, upward or downward through formal channels. Upward communication refers to the flow of communication from subordinate to superior, and downward communication flows from superior to subordinate. It can easily be understood. Upward communication means flow from subordinate to superior, and downward communication flows from superior to subordinate. Examples of upward communications are application for grant of leave, submission of progress report, or request for grants. And example of downward communication include sending notice to employees to attend a meeting, or ordering subordinates to complete assigned work, passing guidelines framed by top management to subordinates, etc. So beta, both the formal and informal communications are important in the organization. We can say one more example like downward communication, like passing guidelines framed by giving orders and instruction by marketing manager to sales manager, or by sales manager to salesman. And upward communication like work performance, reactions, appeal, complaints, suggestions, inquiries, etc. Fine. Understood now upward and downward communication? So let's start next topic. Horizontal communication. Horizontal communication takes place between one division and another. Like production manager may contact marketing manager to discuss about schedule of product delivery, product design and quality. They are saying beta production manager, marketing manager are on same line, equal line, है ना, equal post. So they are discussing about the schedule of product. So it is called horizontal communication, means that takes place between one division or another. Fine. To coordinate different activity or to resolve interrelated problems. We can take one more example like marketing manager and production manager of a business enterprise may discuss the flow of sales so that the activities of two departments are coordinated. Fine. Now informal communication. In it, communication take place without following the formal lines of communication. Informal communication means where communication take place without following the formal line of communication. That means informal communication. Fine. So it spread throughout the organization with its branches going out in all the direction. Fine. There is no fixed line of communication here. That's why we refer to as grapevine. It arises out of the needs of the employees to exchange their views, which cannot be done through formal channels. Fine. Beta, we can take example of informal communication. Workers chit-chatting in the canteen about the behavior of the superior, discussing about rumors that some employees are likely to be transferred are some example of informal communication, like two personal assistants discussing their bosses during their lunch break. We can say two employees talking about the argument between two managers at the last meeting, or we can say two employees discussing about their child's education. These all are the form of informal communication. There is no fixed line of communication. That's why we call it grapevine communication as well. And it spreads rapidly and sometimes gets distorted. Fine. So it has the following characteristics, like formation through social relations. It is born out of social relations, who mean that it is beyond the restriction of the organization, because there is no formality, no formal lines are to be followed. So no superior subordinate relationship figures therein. Fine. So a more sociable superior can gather much information through his channel. Second one is uncertain path. Beta, there is uncertain path of informal communication because there is no fixed line. So it helps in developing better human relations in the organization. It serves to fill possible gaps in the formal communication due to its flexible and personal nature. So like a grapevine, it moves in a zigzag manner because there are no restrictions. It follows no definite channel. Fine. That's why like a grapevine, it moves in a zigzag manner. In any manner and up to any person, the information will reach. Whatever is there spreading in the organization. So there is uncertain path of spreading the information. So informal organization, so beta informal communication are generally oral, but it is created to meet the personal or social needs of the employees to exchange views and ideas, which they cannot be done through formal channels. Fine. Next one is possibility of rumor and distortion. Responsibility for the true or false nature of communication does not lie on any individual, and therefore not much attention is paid to its meaning while communicating. Fine. So rumors are spread very fastly because there are so many gossips. So it serves to fill gossip gaps due to its flexible nature. So it helps in developing better human relations in the organization, but there are so many rumors happened or spread in the organization. Fine. So responsibility for true or false nature of communication does not lie on individual. because if we are spreading formal communication, beta, if we are following formal lines, definitely the information will go to the person whom we want. But through informal or communication, the responsibility of true or false nature of communication does not lie on individual. Therefore, not much attention is paid to its meaning while communicating. So, rumors keep floating here and there without any chain, without any formality. It is spreading fastly. So, it's rumors spread like wildfire in informal communication. Next one is quick relay. Informal communication makes news spread like wildfire. I told you. Not only this, people start adding something of their own, which sometimes changes the real meaning of communication. Beta, see, once the information will go to one person, that is to be spread like wildfire, fine. Then definitely that person will tell that information to some another one. Like suppose A got the information about some employee that there was dispute between that employee and superior, so he will add one more thing in that lines of disputes. So by adding one and one and one, more and more and more, fine, while it will reach to P, Q, R or S, or we can say Z, definitely the information will get distorted because people start adding something of their own as well, which sometimes changes the real meaning of the communication. Fine. What are the advantages of informal communication? First one is fast and effective communication. Informal communication is very fast and effective. The messages move fast and their effect is gradually great on the people under this communication. Free environment. Informal communication is done in a free environment. Free environment means that there is no pressure of any office, whether it is big or small. So the reactions of the employees can easily be collected. So there is free environment while spreading informal communication in the organization. Better human relations. Beta, under informal organization, informal communication, the employees fulfill their social needs, satisfy their social needs, and provide outlet for releasing anxiety and frustration, and we can say tension as well. So freedom from tension help the establishment of better human relations. This also affects the formal communication. Fine. That's why it is helpful in developing better human relations in the organization. Easy solution of different problems. Beta, there are so many problems which cannot be solved with the help of formal communication because we are not able to we are not able to express our tensions, anxiety or information whatever we have fine through formal lines of communication. But there is more freedom in informal communication which helps the solution of difficult problems. Fine. That's why any employee can get easy solution of different problems through informal channels of communication. Next one is satisfying the social needs of the workers. Everybody wants good relation with high officers at the place of his work. Fine. So such relations give satisfaction to the employees and they feel proud. but this can be possible only when with the help of informal communication. Isn't it so? So it helps in getting quick feedback as well. It is helpful as they carry information rapidly, and managers can use grapevine to know the reactions of subordinate. Fine. That's why we can say that it is helpful in developing better human relations and fulfilling the social and individual needs of the workers. Everybody wants good relation with high officers. Such relations give satisfaction to the employees and they feel proud. But this can be possible only with the help of informal communication. Fine, beta? So we can say that informal communication helps us to remove anxiety, help the employee to remove anxiety, and it is very helpful to clarify messages by talking over to the phone or by talking to them informally. So there are so many things which happen whenever there is informal communication, but if it is spreading like intentionally, then definitely it will give a lot of benefits to the management. Fine, because through this management also know about the reaction of the employees that they cannot know about following formal communication. Fine. Now see limitations. The limitations are unsystematic communication and unreliable information. How that communication is unsystematic? Because this communication is absolutely not according to the system of formal lines. So it is not necessary that the information reaches the person concerned. Fine. Sometimes in spreading the rumors, while spreading the rumors, the person concerned, the person to whom the information is concerned will not reach, but it will reach to the whole organization other than that. So it is not authentic and message can get distorted as well. Fine. Sometimes it may hamper work environment as well. Sometimes it may result in leakage of confidential information as well. So it also generates gossip and rumors in the organization. Fine. And it wastes valuable working time and leads to feeling of insecurity as well. Fine, beta. And it is unreliable as well, because we cannot believe the lines through informal, because for formal communication definitely all the information is authentic and in written form, so that anybody and everybody should rely on that. So most of the information received through the communication, that is informal communication, is undependable and no important decision can be taken on its basis. So informal communication also should be helpful whenever we want to take feedback from the employees, but we cannot believe that the information will be authentic. Fine. So it can waste working time as well, it can lead to feeling of insecurity as well, and finally it generates gossip and rumor in the organization that is not desired or that is not demanded in the work of the organization to be done successfully. Fine. So beta, informal communication, we have read about formal and informal communication. Formal communication to follows through official channels designed in the organization, and informal communication doesn't follow the formal lines of communication. So it is spreading like wildfire, or it is spreading like, we can say, that's why we call it grapevine. Fine. So your homework is you have to read, revise thoroughly the chapter. Now your chapter is over. Your next topic is the barriers of the organization, and how to remove that barrier. That is deleted from your syllabus, that's why we will not do that. So now I will give you assignment. So beta, your homework is you have to revise the whole chapter along with the topic I taught you today, and write it in your fair notebook as well. Fine.